40 rare historical photos that will blow your mind. Taking a shower might feel like a simple task today, but for Dorothy Albrecht, a 24-year-old schoolteacher living in rural Montana, it was anything but easy. In 1941, bathing meant hauling water from a cistern over 300 feet from her house, heating it on the stove, and finally stepping into a basin to get clean. In 1944, during World War II, 2 American soldiers on the beaches of Normandy tried to comfort a little French girl and her puppy amidst the chaos following the Allied invasion. British explorer Geddes Richmond and Brown Law, one of England's trailblazing female adventurers, posed triumphantly in 1928 with a sawfish they caught off the coast of Panama. Tuata Scott, better known as Betty Scott, might have been the first female American aviator. In 1910, she became the second woman ever to pilot for the United States. A British soldier in World War I stood with a bandaged head, smiling as he displayed his helmet in 1917. That helmet had just saved his life, not from gunfire, but from shrapnel, the deadliest threat on the battlefield back then. In 1929, the Dornier Company in Germany unveiled the world's largest, heaviest, and most powerful flying boat. In 19th century Brussels, 2 young Belgian girls used a dog-drawn cart to deliver milk to local customers. In the 1920s California, a group of American girls in costumes stunned crowds as they performed acrobatics and played basketball on a tightrope on a sunny Sunday afternoon. A haunting photograph from 1916 shows a shell-shocked World War I soldier sitting in a trench, his eyes reflecting the horrors of the battlefield. The First World War pushed soldiers to unimaginable limits, facing artillery that caused 60% of all casualties, fired from miles away. Heroism felt meaningless against the constant barrage of shells. A striking image from 1900 shows young Native American girls. Indigenous communities endured devastating losses from European colonization, starting in 1492, as disease, warfare, and forced labor ravaged their populations. Charlie Chaplin, the legendary silent film actor, known for his mime and slapstick comedy, was immortalized in a 1918 still from A Dog's Life. The comedic genius was one of the biggest stars of the silent film era. In 1947, a grieving Austrian mother showed a photograph of her son to recently freed World War II prisoners of war in Vienna, hoping someone had news of him. Tragically, his fate remained unknown. During World War I, a Belgian zoo elephant found itself put to work on a farm in 1915. With over 1.2 million horses drafted into Britain's war effort, farmers had to find creative substitutes for their heavy lifting needs. In January 1920, during the early days of Prohibition, workers in New York City followed police orders to pour barrels of wine into the sewers. This marked the start of an era that attempted to curb alcohol consumption nationwide, but ultimately fueled the rise of speakeasies and organized crime. A group of American loggers and their mule team prepared to fell a giant sequoia in California in 1917. These trees, some of the largest living organisms on Earth, were harvested extensively during the early 20th century, leaving behind a legacy of environmental conservation debates. In 1928, an American woman in Miami, Florida, donned a unique sun protection mask while enjoying a swimming pool. This creative approach reflects early 20th century attitudes toward skincare and the emerging awareness of sun damage. In his office circa 1931, American inventor Thomas Edison posed with one of his phonographs, a groundbreaking device for recording and reproducing sound. Edison's innovations laid the foundation for modern audio technology, marking a pivotal moment in scientific and cultural history. A chaotic portrait of an indie girl from 1908 reflects the artistic freedom and cultural diversity of the early 20th century. Meanwhile, the Karnataka, a Native American tribe of the southwestern United States, symbolizes the enduring heritage and resilience of indigenous communities. A rare 1940 photograph captures Queen Elizabeth II at 14 years old, long before her record-breaking 70-year reign. Over her lifetime, she witnessed pivotal events, from World War II to the invention of the Internet, embodying an era of monumental transformation. A British veteran of the Napoleonic Wars posed for a photograph alongside his wife in 1860, providing a human connection to a historical period often overshadowed by military and political narratives. In October 1926, federal agents in Los Angeles uncovered a Prohibition smuggling operation hidden in what appeared to be an ordinary timber truck. A broken whiskey bottle betrayed the vehicle's secret cargo, 70 cases of high-quality liquor stashed beneath a trapdoor. In Algeria, July 1958, a French soldier of the 13th Brigade of the Foreign Legion carried a baby donkey named Bambi on his back. The colt had been abandoned and was near death. Nursed back to health, Bambi became the regiment's mascot, highlighting moments of compassion amidst the harshness of war. During the 1960s in Cape Town, South Africa, societal norms were visibly challenged as two young women in short skirts walked boldly down the street drawing disapproving stares. This small act reflects the broader cultural shifts of the era. In January 1911, Mexican revolutionaries in Tampico stood against the dictatorship of Porfirio Diaz, demanding reforms to address rampant social inequalities. This movement shaped the course of Mexican history, inspiring broader struggles for justice and equality. A Native American Indian dressed in ceremonial attire, circa 1907, with a war bonnet and striking stick, represents the rich spiritual and cultural traditions of indigenous peoples, a legacy often threatened by European colonization. A poignant image from March 1936 shows a rural mother and her children living in a camp near the Tennessee River during the Great Depression. Their story epitomizes the resilience and struggle of countless Americans amid one of the most devastating financial crises in U.S. history. In 1919, the 369th Black Infantry Regiment returned to New York after World War I. Despite serving 191 days in combat under the French Army, the regiment faced systemic racism upon their return. Known for their bravery, these soldiers exemplify the courage and resilience of African American fighters in the face of inequality and segregation. If you like the video, be sure to hit the like button. Let us know which photo you like the most by commenting. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting videos and easy viewing. Make sure to follow our Facebook page as well. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.